Hello Universe, Chapter 5, Turtle. It was true about guinea pigs. They weren't supposed to live alone. Virgil wished he'd never learned that, because now he was convinced that Gulliver suffered from debilitating depression. The poor black and white rodent had been by himself for the past 18 months, and Virgil couldn't help but think he'd been pining the hours away in desperate loneliness. Before his appointment with Kaori, Virgil unloaded everything from his backpack and stuffed it with fleece blankets that he secretly swiped from the linen closet. Then he tucked Gulliver inside. They would journey together to the Tanakas. Then neither of them would have to be alone. Gulliver didn't chirp once when Virgil lifted him out of his cage, another sign of his misery and resentment. "The guy at the pet shop didn't tell me guinea pigs were social creatures," Virgil said, staring into Gulliver's beady round black eyes. "I'm sorry." Virgil set Gulliver atop the blankets and zipped the backpack. He made sure to leave it partially open so Gulliver could breathe. "If it makes you feel any better, I know what you're going through," he said. At that moment, Virgil's grand failure made them kindred spirits. Once Gulliver was tucked safely away, Virgil pulled the straps over his shoulders. It was a Thursday, which meant his mother didn't work at the hospital until the night shift. She was on the couch with her legs tucked up, watching something on television. This was a disappointment, since Virgil hoped to slip out the front door without having an actual conversation with either of his parents. No such luck. "Where are you going, Turtle?" she asked. When they called him Turtle, it was like when Chet Bullens at school called him a retard. He knew his parents weren't like Chet Bullens, but he also knew that they were poking fun at his shyness. Just like Chet Bullens was making fun of the fact that Virgil was 11 years old and didn't know his multiplication tables. Did they know how much he hated that nickname? "Kaori's," Virgil mumbled. Mrs. Salinas and Mrs. Tanaka knew each other from the hospital. They were both nurses. Bring her a mango and tell her not to eat it until it's ripe." Virgil hurried to the kitchen, conscious of the passing minutes, and snatched a mango from the fruit bowl. Lola had been complaining about his mother's fruit buying for the past 3 days. So he knew his mom was trying to prove a point by putting every mango and clementine to good use. Just as he turned the knob of the front door, his mother said, "Don't wander too far, Turtle. Maha Kita, be careful." He hesitated at the half-open door. "Mom? Yeah?" "Don't call me that. It makes me feel like I'm 6 years old. It makes me feel like a loser." "Maha Kita," he said, which meant, "I love you." He stepped into the warm sun.